Yo, what is good, YouTube? Gio here. Welcome back to the official Unorthodox YouTube channel. Today we are doing an unboxing. It is on the Kyrie Low 5. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. We do performance reviews and unboxings just like this. Let's get on to the shoes. So if you haven't noticed, the Kyrie 5 gets its own box. You gotta forgive me, I've never had a Kyrie Low. So the Kyrie 4 Lows, if I'm not mistaken, was an actual hit, and this is their follow-up. So the first thing you notice when you open the box is, wow, you got all that information about the shoe, and we'll go through that as we check out the shoe. So first things first, get out that paper, and here you go, Kyrie Low 5. It does say generative traction. So what does that look like? So the traction pattern pretty much looks like the Kyrie 7. You're gonna forgive me, I don't have the 8s or the low 4s, so you can tell me if this reminds you of anything, but what I remember is that it kind of has that whole herringbone feel, but it's just one pattern. But you can see all these ridges, very light ridges I might add, all throughout the shoe. And you got that Kyrie logo in the middle, and you got some arrows in the back, and that really looks like the Kyrie 7 traction. I'm not sure how this is gonna grip, but this is the EP version, so it does come with that lovely XDR because we're based in Asia. So moving on to the cushion, it does say it has forefoot zoom. To be honest with you, I can't really feel anything. So we're gonna have to cross-check with how, with Nike, or you're gonna have to wait for like Foot Dr. Zach to cut this guy up in half. But I'm gonna tell you from the get-go, forefoot zoom doesn't feel like anything. I'm guessing this is Phylon. It is pretty comfortable, but it is just EVA, so pretty basic shoe. So for the top layer, you kind of got this wood grain ripstop. Very stiff, very crispy sounding when you scratch onto it, and that's the exterior of the shoe. And below that is what they're saying is the fit system. So taking from the Kyrie 7, you kind of got these hinges that lock in at the front part of the shoe, and that's where your laces go for your containment. Same with this side. The arch support is pretty much embedded into the footbed, and it's where you sink your laces up right around in the midfoot. In the back of the shoe, they are saying that this is heel containment, as you can see right there. This part right here is your heel containment unit, and you got that plush heel feeling inside the shoe. So it is pretty plush, no cat's tongue, but hey, gets the job done. So rounding out the tongue, you got these, it's all textile, very thick textile at that. It doesn't really, it's not really too malleable, it's pretty stiff. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Kyrie Low 2s had this tongue, this exact tongue right here. And to finish off the shoe, you got flat laces, maybe throwing it back to Kyrie's love for SBs. Just kind of weird to have a basketball shoe with flat laces this thin. We're gonna test that out and see if it actually works. Right around the back of the shoe, you got this textured textile. If you're gonna ask me, this feels pretty cheap. It doesn't really feel like it was worth the price of admission. This went for $6,195. So I was checking out the Kyrie 4s. It did go up like a good 300-400 pesos, somewhere around that line. If you ask me, that was a really good shoe. The Kyrie 4s, it was, a lot of NBA players wear them. It just feels like a really basic shoe. If you remember the era of Lunar Lawn, it kind of has that look and feel to it. Alright guys, so now from a try-on standpoint, the Kyrie 5 Lows are a very, very light shoe. Again, little to no zoom feel on the forefoot. I do feel it a little bit, I guess, if I'm tipping toes. But again,
when you put on the Kyrie 7, you felt it right away. You were pretty much like that because of how thick the zoom unit was. And yeah, I'm exaggerating, but you know, just close to that tiptoe feel. But again, for right here, you can't really feel it. And from initial thoughts kind of view, if you see how stiff the upper is, that crispy material, that wood grain, ripstop like material tends to like crease up, and I can feel it in my I can feel it on my toes, like the top part of my foot. I can really feel it on there. So take that into consideration. That pretty much takes care of the Nike Kyrie Low 5 initial impressions video. See you on the performance review. Peace.